What's up you guys, so the new GTA update just dropped a few days ago and Rockstar has made some pretty interesting changes to PvP. KD is now disabled in free mode, which means if you go around killing people in free mode, it will not affect or increase your KD, and similarly if you die, your KD won't drop either. Honestly though, not that KD matters in a game like GTA anyway, well in my opinion, but I don't think this will affect any OG tryhard that PvP is just a PvP. But to those KD warriors who want to look all edgy with high numbers, your KD is now forever frozen. You can now purchase all ammo at once through the interaction menu without having to go through each weapon and buying it separately. I think this is a pretty neat feature during intense PvP battles, and especially for doing missions, heists and all that. You now have easier access to buy snacks and armor through the weapon wheel itself. You can just hold down on the weapon wheel and just buy it. Pretty useful again for heists, missions and all that. But to be honest, I think this makes PvP worse in a way because it could be one of the most annoying things to deal with whilst fighting your opponent, and they're constantly just abusing it. I mean, you could argue whether your opponent evil looping is worse, but I think I would much rather have that than shredding my opponent to bits whilst they just spam snacks and kill me, but that's just me. Another thing they've added is how players can now join different session types without having to go back to story mode or creative mode to join an invite only. This isn't really a PvP feature, but I mean, if you're getting your ass whooped, simply just hit find session and you can run into an invite only lobby. You can also hang up calls now from annoying contacts that ring you for missions. This probably has to be my personal favorite thing in this update. So if you're in the middle of an intense fight, you no longer have to listen to English Davy or Agatha Baker. You can ignore and carry on with the fight. This one is for the broke griefers. If you destroy personal vehicles now, you will no longer be penalized with a fine. So basically, it is now free to blow up people's personal vehicles. There's one thing I'm not really sure about because I believe on Rockstar's website, they don't really mention anything about the bad sport message that pops up when you destroy people's personal vehicles, so I'm not really sure if that counts towards bad sport or not. Most likely it does, because if it didn't, they would have probably mentioned it. Let me know if you lot see the bad sport message when you blow up the personal vehicle. I'm on the next gen, so I don't know if it's a console thing or maybe a bug, but each time I do destroy it, I do not see the bad sport message. So this has been the most anticipated change from the new DLC. Finally, Rockstar's done something about the shitty Shitpressor MK2. They've nerfed it to balance PvP. What they've really nerfed is the accuracy of the missiles on the MK2. They have reduced how accurately the missiles now track personal vehicles. It has been somewhat decreased. Over here you can see the missile sort of like goes over the Night Shark, so Nighthawk, Night Shark, Nighthawk, The countermeasures of an increased cooldown now, and its effectiveness has also been reduced. So there's now a 20-second cooldown period to use the countermeasures. So all in all, even though the MK2 has been nerfed, I still think it'll be the #1 go-to griefing vehicle. However, if you are skilled enough to dodge MK2 missiles in several weaponized vehicles, you still could give the MK2 user a run for their money. Two new weapons have been added in the DLC. One of them is the service carbine or the M16 rifle, which Rockstar will drip feed in the near future. To unlock that gun, you have to collect 5 parts: the barrel, mag, receiver, sight and scope. These parts are meant to randomly spawn at crime scenes on the map, which again hasn't been released yet. These are the possible crime scene locations. By the way, I do recommend following this guy if you want exclusive GTA DLC updates. Pretty informative. Now, as you can see, I do have access to this gun, and you may have seen it appearing in other people's weapon wheels too. It's not a bug or any of that. The only way to obtain it is if you have a modded account, and not all the modded accounts have it. If you have your account modded to where you have all the exclusive future GTA DLC content, then you do gain access to all the unreleased stuff first. But to legitimately gain it, you just have to wait it out for whenever Rockstar releases it. I do rate this gun, by the way. I quite like it. Been using it in free mode here and there, and you can feel that extra bit of damage that it does. Let me know if you guys want me to make an in-depth video about the M16 and just testing it out against a special carbine, although I do think comparing a stock M16 to an MK2 weapon doesn't really make sense, but I mean, just for the sake of it, and if you don't want to see it, then why not? The second gun is meant to be a new sniper without a scope. It's called the precision rifle, and let me just say, this is a really precise gun. Rockstar has nailed it with the name. Best gun in the game so far. Crazy damage. I can't stop using it against particularly tryhards and jets. It's truly very great. Just kidding guys, it's absolutely rubbish. Just a bootleg musket. I'd rather PvP with a flare gun.
Bitch, I'm too clever.
Anyways, I believe that is pretty much all for the video. I do think some changes here and there can be pretty useful for PvP, but let's be honest, I don't think it'll entirely fix the issue. Speaking of, there is a new God mode glitch out. But let me know what you guys think, if this update is good or bad from a PvP aspect. On the bright side of things, we can at least fight with our AirPods on. Glad they didn't drip feed that. And yeah, I will catch you all in the next video. Stay safe.